Hey guys, vegan cyclist here. So how did I get my son to be vegan at the age of 4, all on his own, his choice? Well, it was a long process and a very understanding process. I know that a lot of vegans can be very judgmental. I was definitely there myself. And once you kind of go plant-based, it gets a little bit hard to watch anyone else partake in the consuming of animal products. And so I was a little nervous because I didn't want to force anything on my son. And I knew that my son was going to probably still eat animal products. I just didn't know how long he was going to still do it. But my plan was to educate him on the process and let him make the decision for himself. At 3.5 years old is when I went vegan, right? So I went vegan and then he was 3.5. And for the first couple of weeks, where we didn't have any meat for dinner or lunch or breakfast, he actually didn't even notice. He never said anything. It wasn't until we went out to eat for the first time a couple weeks later that he asked to have some chicken. And I said, that's absolutely fine. You know, you can definitely have chicken. But I want you to know what it is first. And so I showed him a picture of a live chicken. And I explained to him that most likely this chicken didn't live a wonderful life and that someone had to kill it, had to take the life of this chicken so that he could be eating it. And I didn't think he was going to bat an eye at it. And actually, surprisingly, he was kind of taken back and he said, "Well, no, I want chicken. That's a that's a live chicken. I just want to eat chicken." And he didn't really understand the correlation that it's actually the same thing. And we have some chickens ourselves, and so kind of he was kind of like saying like, well, is Lucy a chicken? That's one of our chickens. Is Lana one of our chicken? Is that a chicken? Do we eat those? And it's like, yeah, that's what you're eating. And so for him to have this like connection with some chickens that he brought up, and then to think about killing them and eating them, he decided to not have chicken. He flat out said, I'm okay. I'll have something else. And it was just so surprising that he made that decision on his own at 3 years old, just understanding that connection. Seemed very natural for him to make this process of judgment. So over the next 6 months or so, he would occasionally eat meat. He wouldn't drink any milk. We pretty much almond milk. He was totally fine with that. Didn't even notice. And But when you go to his grandparents' house or be in a situation where like at a pizza party or like a friend's barbecue or something like that. We went to a couple birthday parties and it was a little awkward because they're serving, say, meatballs and spaghetti, and every kid is eating it, or they have pizza and every single kid is eating this. And I don't want to be that dad that tells my kid he can't have fun and can't and is like excluded from the group. And so I kind of just didn't say anything, sat back and kind of watched how he acted. And at one of the pizza parties, he actually sat down, looked at the pizza, kind of just looked at everyone else, and on his own, I told him he could eat it, and he said that he wasn't hungry. He actually just passed on the pizza, and then he told me later, he said, it didn't really look like food to me, Dad, and it's just like, oh my goodness, that's amazing, that's fantastic. I couldn't believe that. Like that answer was just so amazing, like warmed my heart. But so he still occasionally, like at Thanksgiving, he had some turkey. I'm not going to rob him of that. That's that's a whole family thing, and that would have just looked really wrong on my part. And occasionally he will. I'll let him have a cookie. That if somehow there's cookies and there's eggs or milk used in it, it's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. But on the main scale, like for what he's eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I definitely give him a vegan influence, and he has yet to say anything negative about it. And he is right on track with weight. He is extremely smart. The kid races BMX and motocross and has just tons of energy. And so, to the parents that would think that that's child abuse or wrong that you're robbing your kid of some of these life's pleasures, I would say that to the contrary, that eating meat actually may rob you of the pleasure of understanding the connection that your body has with life and just how important life is. But we did start really early. I mean, at 3.5 years old, he doesn't have a whole lot of memories of that, of eating, meat and animal products. Now, if you're trying to get your son or daughter to eat better or eat more vegetarian or even go vegan, the later that you start that, the harder it's going to be because you're going to be ingrained in such this this way of life, and it will be really hard. So, I know that I am. He's not going to school yet, and he doesn't have a lot of peer pressure, and I'm kind of dreading those days where he's like, all of his friends are going to McDonald's. But I hope that the education I can give him now will suit him then, and he can make those right decisions like I've been seeing him do now. So, guys, thank you so much. Let me know how you see this. Should kids be vegan? Should you not? I mean, is there enough science to back that it's a healthy alternative to animal products? So, subscribe, like. Hey, thanks for watching.